If you are a healthcare worker, especially for those who are outside Canada or foreign trained skills, and you've been able to get your licensing, or you are in the process, or you are almost through, but you want to start searching for a job, then this video is for you. In this video, I'll be showing you how to find a job, how to navigate the job website to see exactly where you fit in as an internationally trained worker. And then I'll also show you some techniques to increase your chances of getting a job. I'm doing this video because I made a video about how to get your license as a care assistant. And a lot of people are telling me that, so after you get the license, what next? What next is to look for a job. And a lot of people are saying that they can't find jobs. They can't find jobs. But I want to prove to you that there are jobs. Maybe you are not doing the right thing, or you are not optimizing your searching, or you are not using the right techniques to see those jobs. And this is what I'm going to tackle in this video. So let's get into the tutorial and see how you can do that. So as usual, we start with our Google browser, and we can do HCA jobs. Remember, I always work with provinces. Canada is big. So if you say you are looking for a next job in Canada, guys, it's going to be overwhelming, and you can't even explore all the jobs. You cannot do it. So I always advise people to go province by province, and it should be in an order so that you know where you've captured and where you have not captured. So we can start with Alberta and see HCA jobs in Alberta. HCA jobs in Alberta. So you could see that even Google has popped up something you can do. You can go there, but I usually like to scroll down and go to the exact website. Although you can click on the Google jobs that are popping out, but I always advise people to highlight the names and go to the real websites and apply there, because it's easier for the recruiters or the managers to get in touch with you. And then you can also tell them your situation, especially if you're a foreign trained person. Your situation is different, and some managers don't even understand how they are out to hire a foreign trained worker. So you have to talk to them that you are a foreign trained worker, you have the Canadian equivalent skill, and then you only need a work permit and this, that. So you have to just explain to them how it works. And that is where you will stand out as a foreign trained. Unlike someone who is here, they just have to apply to get a job. But for someone who is internationally trained, you have to move a step further, right? So let's get into it. So here it says nursing healthcare aid opportunities in Alberta help. Let's see, health services, right? So actually, they've even made a video about that. They also have this jobs, healthcare aid in the renal dialysis, healthcare aid with they have different locations. So all these are jobs, guys. All these are jobs that they are not getting people to do. Look, the list moves on and on and on. So when I say Canada needs you or Canada needs workers, it's not a joke. So let's scroll down. Let's scroll down. Guys, it's not ending. The list is not ending. It keeps going. It keeps going, right? So we can just take one and see the requirements. So it says healthcare aid. Right. I'll not read everything. I'll just go down and look at the requirements here. Required qualification. Look at this. It says completion of healthcare aid certificate within 18 months of hire, and active directory status on the Alberta Healthcare Aid Directory. Guys, so if you watch my video about getting the license as a healthcare aid, I talk about this. Your name have to be in the directory. So someone was asking me about getting it. No, you don't need to get any certificate. Once you go through the assessment and you pass, your name will be in the directory. So if you apply for a job, the employer will go into the directory and look for your name. Once they see your name, they know you are licensed or you are a certified healthcare aid worker. So That is it. It said you must provide a confirmation letter as a proof of enrollment from the directory, right? Nursing students currently enrolled in an approved Alberta nurse who have successfully completed a minimum of 100. So these are nursing students here. And even for nursing students, or I mean nurses actually, for nurses who are outside of Canada, you just have to also prove, of course, you already have your certification. So you are even above the care aid job. You just have to enter their directory to be recognized as a care aid. Preferred qualification is a minimum of 1 year experience in long-term or supportive living experience preferred. Guys, so this is it. This is it. And look at the good thing here. Look at the good thing here. It says international applicants. Guys, international applicants. So if I tell you they want you, they've created a different column for let's go, let's see what it's in there. International applicants. Right, so applying as an international applicant. So it tells you everything you have to know, and it talks about Alberta professional licensing. Right, this is not coming from me, this is coming from the main website. And if you're a physician, like the doctors and all that, medical students, international medical graduates, so that is also for you. Right, guys, I've already talked about the Alberta nursing and then the care aid licensing process. So once you've done that, you can, so we can go back there, and then you can apply here even as an international graduate. Now let's look at rural careers. If you've been following me, I encourage foreign workers to target the rural areas, because in the rural areas, there are not much competition. So it increases your chance. So let's look at the opportunities there as well. Right, and it says nurses and healthcare aides. So we can look at that side. Okay, so look, it says you put in the information, rural interest confirmation. So you just put in all, and it says what is your profession or designation, right? So look, healthcare aid is there. So you just put in there, you fill in all the information. Look at this. This is your proof that this thing works. Look, it says what zone of Alberta do you currently reside in? And it says outside Canada. Guys, if they don't want to employ you, why would they put a column for outside Canada? Right, it is there. So you just put in there, and it says please refer to our international applicants web page. So they've provided further information if you're outside. Right, we can also try another province just for you to see how this thing really works. So we can say healthcare aid jobs in BC. In BC, Canada. So this is BC. So Google will fish out some things for us from BC. So we have interior health, it's in BC. We also have Vancouver Health, it's also in BC. So you can see how I'm searching this. We also have Fraser Health in BC, right? So this is how I kind of, because this thing takes you to the main job website, Northern Health Careers. It's also in BC. Provincial Health Service Authority is also in BC. Patient Care Support Service. Some people call it Patient Care Support Services. It's the same as the Health Care Aid as well. So every province, people call it differently, but it's the same thing. So guys, this is it. You can keep going and going, looking at the tabs, but you see it brings out. Another good thing about BC is Health Match BC. So for BC, they've actually allocated this people, like it's a government funded consultancy to help people just move to BC. And there is, and here they call, like if you are not a nurse, like healthcare aide, PTOT, they call them allied healthcare workers. So BC actually has like a website for allied healthcare, so we can look into that just to see what is there, because I saw a lot of people asking me, like medical laboratory pharmacists, dentists, they were asking me this is what you have to do here. So your information is right here. So it says allied health jobs in British Columbia. So this is it. And look up here. It says financial support, immigration support. And it says UK and Ireland recruitment tour. So they're actually going around to recruit people from UK and Ireland. Guys, there is no excuse for you not to move to Canada. This is where it gets more interesting. It says internationally educated physiotherapist. Internationally educated physiotherapist credential assessment and education bursary program. So this will just help you. This also talks about occupational therapists. So if you are watching and you are in these areas, you have a chance. Now let's go down. It talks about all the other allied health sector. So it talks about pharmacists, medical lab technologists, sonographers, physiotherapists, occupational therapy, medical radiation technologies. There are opportunities in all these places, but the most important thing is getting the license and the certification, and you are good to go, right? So we can just check on one of them and see what is there. We can look into pharmacists, right? And it says find out more to register, and with us today we can. Okay, so this is the Health Match BC is like the consultancy. So once you register with them, they'll give you somebody who will mentor you through the process. So we can go back to what we were initially doing. That was just by the way, just for you to have an idea of how things really works. So we were searching for healthcare jobs in BC. So we can do Interior Health. It's one of the health authorities in BC. And it says healthcare assistant careers. Right, so we can just look, guys. Look at I always like to read the frequently asked questions. Okay, it says I am an international educated healthcare professional. How can I become registered? Guys, and it says visit BC Care Aid and Community Health Worker Registry. Guys, this is what I've been teaching you, and it's the same information you will find everywhere. So if you have not gotten, or if you have not started steps to get your licensing or certification, then I don't know what you want in Canada, because that is the only way you can get into the Canada system. Now let's look at view all healthcare assistant jobs. Here. So in Interior Health, these are the jobs they have, right? New career opportunities for internationally educated nurses. Okay. And some of these things, because they want a lot of people, they don't just put in a lot. They just put in one, but they are employing like hundreds of people into it. So you might feel like there's not a lot of, but sometimes the vacancies are a lot. And it says open until filled. So they put it there and people keep applying. So you just have to apply. Let's see new career opportunities for internationally educated nurses. Yeah, so guys, as I told you, you see, these are all locations. So I told you they put it just there, but it's for various locations. So once you apply, then they can tell you we have different regions, different places, and we can post you to wherever. So usually in my situation, they give me options. These are the location. Google about them, read and choose where you want to work. So don't be discouraged that it's just a little job. It's for a vast array of locations. They just put it there. So you have to apply, and then they'll get back to you with the locations that the vacancies are. Then you choose which location you would want to apply to. All right, so let's go back and look at the care aid community worker here. Look, I like this thing. It said new opportunity for casual care aides. So usually if you see things like that, meaning they want a lot of people, guys. They want a lot of people. Look, they said they need a community where, look at the locations, Ashcroft, Fernie, Logan Lake. You see, they've mentioned different locations. They need a lot of people and they can't list everything. So they just make it like a combined publication and then they put it out there. Right. And look at the qualification, guys. Look at the qualification. It says graduates from a recognized resident care or home support worker program. It's a BC Care Aid and Community Well Registry. Because when you put, and it said please include your number. So because when you register, they'll give you a number, right? And then they'll say the valid driver's license. Usually when you get here, all these things, you can figure them out. The most important thing is getting a job or being at a position where it's easy for you to get a job, because that is the easiest way you can move to Canada. Now, we can try one more and then we can see HCA jobs in Nova Scotia. I don't always make videos on Ontario because it's a very saturated location. I know they have northern part of Ontario and all that, but I know Ontario is very busy, especially Toronto, which is their main city. I like to stay out of the cities. So let's look at Nova Scotia, what opportunities they have for care aid team, right? Look, it said care team assistant, various units and location available. Guys, it is right there. And when you see Nova Scotia Health, that is like the government health agency. So this is not like a joke. And if you watch my video about how to get registered in Nova Scotia, I explain everything. And it's not any complicated procedure. And this is it. It gives you the opportunity, everything, and the pay. And guys, it tells you everything. And I'm trying to find the qualification right there. Look, it says here, provincial certification with the department. It said candidates are required to submit their certification and be registered and active with the CCA registry. If you watch my previous video, I explained how to get into the CCA registry information. Guys, apply this principle or this same method to every province, and then you will know the numerous job opportunities that are here in Canada. Maybe you are not a health worker, maybe your skills, you are not finding job. Guys, just give yourself like a year or two. Find a program wherever you live, pursue it, and then after that, work on getting those Canadian licensing. There is nothing like a fast immigration process. All this immigration process takes a while. It takes calculated effort. So if you feel like you are in a trade or a profession that is not high in demand in Canada, it's not too late to start and do something. Get a profession, get a skill. Some skills take 6 months, a year, 2 years. At the end of the day, you are finding a better future for yourself and your family. Whatever your traveling goals or your purpose for traveling are, make that the priority and it will materialize. My name is Nurse Efia Christie, and for those who don't know me, I'm a registered nurse who immigrated to Canada and I became a PR within 6 months. And I'm on a journey of helping people, guiding them in their various careers, especially people who want to move or immigrate to Canada. I'm helping you, building you professionally, giving you a career advice so that you can be competitive or you can be appealing in the Canadian job market for your PR pathway processes or other Canada pilot programs. My name is Nesifia Christie, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment about your own situation so that in my subsequent videos I can address that. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye.